Some example program using function. In that program number 1, program to define a function. You can see in that main program there is only one statement called welcome. That means when the computer executes that welcome statement, the control is transferred to that function called welcome. That means function call and function definition. Function call is welcome and the function definition is that definition welcome, define welcome. In that some names are printed like Pramod Joy, computer science teacher, Indian school Mulada, Sultanate of Oman. This program explains that main program only one statement is there and that is the function call. And in the main program, when you call that function, the control is transferred to that function call. That means that function definition. And it executes that function definition. Second program number 2, program to add any two numbers using function. Here in the main program you can see two numbers are entered. A is equal to integer, input enter the first number, and B is equal to integer of input of enter the second number. So A and B, using A and B we entered two numbers. Then we call the function called add A comma B. When the function call is executed, the control is transferred to the function definition, and you can see that function definition add. In that a new variable is declared z is equal to x plus y and the value is printed. Program 3, program to add any two numbers using function with a return value. Here the function is returning a value to the main program. As usual, you can see using a and b we entered two numbers and we called a function called add. Here using a variable c is equal to add of a comma b. While executing that statement c is equal to add a comma b, the control of the program is transferred to that function definition. And there you can see that function definition. Define add of x comma y. There z is equal to x plus y and the value of z is returned to the place from where it is called, return to the position, return to the main program. So here z is equal to that value. Return z will be exactly there from which that function is called. So now c is equal to z. And after that print c. Program number 4. And this is an example program to perform swapping using function. And this is also an example program to use function using call by value. And this is also an example to define function using immutable types. And now the main program. In the main program, we have to enter the value of a and b. That means we have to enter any two numbers. And we are just trying to print the value of a and b. Later, calling the function called swap. That means function call. Whenever a function call is executed, the control is transferred to that function definition. And here the function definition defines swap a comma b. There the values of a and b are interchanged with the help of a third variable called c. And the value is printed there itself. That means after interchanging the value of a and b, the value of a and b is printed there itself inside that function definition. Now coming back to that main function, main program. In that after swapping, again printing the value of a and b. That means now we printed 3 times the value of a and b. First one before the swapping, then inside the swapping, and after coming back to the main program. That means outside the swapping. And see the changes, see the result, see the values. Program number 5. And this program is an example to define function using call by reference. This program is also an example program to define function using mutable types. And here as a mutable type we are using list. So in the main program you can see a list called list1. And to that list1 3 values are entered, 10, 20 and 30. And that list is printed. Print list1. Later a function called change is called. And to that list1 is passed as a variable. So you can see that change list1. And that function definition, The first element of list 1 is changed by 10. That means the list 1 of 0 is equal to list 1 of 0 plus 10. So the first element, here the first element of that list 1 is 10. 10 is added with 10. That means the very first element now it will be 20. And that list 1 is printed there itself. And coming back to the main program, main function, again the list is printed. Like in the previous program, here also we printed the list 1 3 times. One before the function call, one inside the function definition, one after the function call. And see the difference.